Hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our pitch event number 75. Today we have founders coming from Mexico, Canada, Spain, and Romania. So I'm very happy to have you guys, Matthew, Juan, Noel, and Anna. Thank you so much for coming. So before introducing you, because you are everything today, I'm just here to welcome you. Let me shortly why we do this in equity match. In equity match, we don't charge our founders coming to pitch. We don't charge any success fee. We do this because we love our founders. We want to give them this complimentary service. We try to give them the voice and the possibility to pitch their idea, startup in any stage it is. We stream live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, so you can watch us as you're doing now on this main platform, as well as you can go to our YouTube channel and see all our recorded video, and you can find in hundreds of them. So, any questions to our founders? Please write down, and we just immediately bring them to our founders. So let me start introducing our founder number one, which is Noel Delgado, founder of Novotrato. Novotrato is headquartered in Mexico, IT, pre-seed around 300K in USD. How's it going, Noel?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me here, Max, and happy to be here with everyone. I'm the founder of Novotrato. Started my career in UBS, so for an investment bank, and then worked in private equity. Did twice chief of staff at 2 promising startups. Great. So this is Novotrato, and we offer practice management software for Latin America. So in Mexico, law firms spend over 1,200 hours going from courthouse to courthouse tracking cases and paperwork. So they actually walk from one court to another court. And on average, firm manages 500 cases. If they miss a case update, they can get penalized $3,000 or lose the case altogether. So what makes legal case management particularly hard in Mexico? The most important thing is disconnected court systems. There are over 200 unconnected court systems. So that's civil courts, labor courts, patent courts, etc. And they all have their own UI, login, payment, everything. So it's there's a lot of them. Then there's a lack of team coordination within the legal firms. They don't necessarily know where each case is. Oh, oops, I clicked that a little bit too fast. And finally, there's poor task tracking, both internally and externally. So internally within the law firm, the associates, interns, etc. And then towards the client for the billing part. And Mexico isn't the only market with a disconnected legal system. So in the future, we plan to enter Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Peru, and even Spain. And with that, we have a VC backable market size. So why now? COVID is what really sparked the innovation at the court system. So they opened up a bunch of APIs, which Novotrato consults, and then we get the updates from the court systems and send them to the lawyer. And then the other thing that's happening is that developing countries like Mexico are becoming more litigious. So in the US, they can sue you for everything. In Mexico, that's starting to grow. So there's a 50% growth year on year in litigiousness. So what's Novotrato? We offer practice management software. Think of it as helping lawyers run their firm like a business. And we streamline the court notifications from the court systems, which helps teams be more communicated, so centrally communicate and know where each case is. And finally, there's task and billing management, and that's internally and externally, so that the lawyers know what to do, and then they also know how much to charge their clients. So Novotrato is up and running. We have 5 modules: billing, cases, documents, clients, and prospects. Cases is the most important one, as it has that connection to the government. And our track record so far looks pretty good. We have a CAC of $80, a CAC payback of 1.6 months, so pretty short. So far, no churn, and our longest existing account has been paying us for 9 months straight. There are some cute quotes on the right, which you can read when you download the PDF, but let me tell you about Palacio de Hierro. So it's a client that we are approaching and in negotiations with. Palacio de Hierro is similar to, in the US, it'd be Macy's or Bloomingdale's, so massive department store. Not quite Harrods. I think that's in another stratosphere, but anyway. So they want the connection to the labor court system, which Novotrato today doesn't have, but it's the reason why we're raising money, so that we can build those connections in the future. As for our go-to-market, I'd say it's fairly standard for B2B SaaS. We're doing a little bit of everything that works. Yeah, so that we have inbound, outbound partnerships, and then localized branding. And the business model is also quite B2B SaaS standard. There's 3 tiers. As you go up, the price goes up, and you get access to more features. In the future, so what we're doing today is we're in phase 1. We offer the court notification, so we tell the lawyer, hey, you have an update. Phase 2, we want to extract the PDF from the courts, and phase 3 is scan the PDF, which can be like 100 pages. We'll scan the PDF and summarize it with AI so that the lawyer has a summary at 7 a.m. and he can start his day more efficiently. So we do have competitors, and Novotrato, this is where Novotrato stands. We're a full practice management software, and we're legal specific. And this is my background, which I was talking a little bit about. I studied in the US, then did investment banking, private equity, and then did twice chief of staff at promising startups in LATAM. We're asking today for $300,000 in pre-seed investment, and we'll use that to get to the next round, which the most important thing is to connect to 10 additional court systems, including the labor courts, which Palacio de Hierro is asking for. And with that, I invite you to join our mission to empower Latin American legal professionals with innovative practice management.
Thank you, Noel. Let's start with the business model. Who are your clients? For sure, courts, but how does this model works? Lawyers, do they pay as well?
It's more the lawyers, actually, the law firms, not necessarily the court systems. The lawyers today, they consult a PDF. They consult this book in PDF form every day. This is just for one day, one type of court system. There's 25,000 court updates per day in just one court system, just in Mexico City. Novotrato scans all of these cases and delivers to the lawyer what he needs, like the specific update for the case that he needs.
And for the court, they don't pay anything.
The court is not a client. No, our clients are
the service is only given to the lawyers, but not given to the court. So even if you are going to streamline the service, the court is still for free for them.
So I've been approached by employees at court systems to use Novotrato. I'm not quite sure why they would use them, but I think they would probably use them because this would be tedious to see by themselves. So they would use Novotrato to filter it for just their stuff, their cases. Yeah. So, but no, usually the client is the law firm.
Okay. Now, in terms of this round, these 300 are done for exactly doing what?
So it's mainly to continue building the product. Today we have one connection to the government, and there are 200 available in just in Mexico. And we want to reach 10 more connections to the government. So and connection means connected to a different court system. It can be a labor court, civil court, or even the same labor or civil in another state. Mexico City is a state, but if we go to Monterrey, Jalisco, etc., that's a different court system. And with that, that's how the complexity happens, because there are many court systems.
But you are competitors, but what's the difference between you and them?
So the primary competitor is LemonTech, which is I'd say they're out of Chile, and an advantage that Novotrato has, and for anyone in the market, is that there are 200 court systems, and they're connected to maybe 50, and the other 150, someone could cover it or not, like the other competitors, and that's an opportunity for Novotrato. The other competitors, they're really just websites. They're not really full apps. They're not practice management software that helps you with the billing, case management, client management. All they do is they filter that thing for you. They don't even send you a notification. You have to log in and see the filtered results for you.
So when the lawyer are going to use your software, there are many services they can use. Now, in your opinion, which are today the one they really use? They really matters them.
Yeah, the case updates. The case updates. I see it everywhere. You know, our marketing efforts. The cost per, if I try to advertise another feature, the cost per lead doubles at least. But if the cost per lead in the alerts, then the court notifications, that's like 50 cents. The next feature would be like $1.
So in terms of scaling, where are you going to?
So first, Mexico, and connect to the federal courts and the most important courts in Mexico City. Then Monterrey, which is the next largest state in Jalisco. With that, we have something like 30 million people, or a population of 30 million people. And at that point, we'd probably be ready to explore like different countries. And in terms of what country to go first, I haven't decided that yet, but Colombia seems to be the place where startups go second after Mexico.
So the same problem is in Colombia. It's almost all South America.
Right. The place that I would probably leave at the end would be Chile because of the competitor that is there, Lemontech. And in addition, their court updates are a little bit more centralized than Mexico and Colombia.
But what about the biggest, Argentina and Brazil?
I've worked in startups before, and they've tried to enter Brazil. I would love to enter Brazil because it is the largest market. I would require like a little bit more confidence to do so because it's just known that startups, when they try to enter Brazil, it's just very ambitious and they fail.
I've been talking to many founders. They are trying to get into Brazil. All of them, they told me it's very complicated. It's also very competitive. It's becoming. But let me close with the investor persona you have in mind. Who are you looking for?
So investor persona, there's obviously like, just like you have an ideal client persona, ideal investor persona would be someone that has worked in B2B SaaS before as a founder. And from there, we have like its various derivations, right? Like maybe they weren't in B2B SaaS, they were in another industry. Maybe they weren't the founder, but they're like a VP. Ideally, I can learn something from this person, not just take in a check, and also motivate others to put in a check as well.
Noel, thank you so much. There are no questions for now, but if they come, we bring them to you from our audience. Again, everyone wants to raise questions, please just do it, and we are more than happy to bring to the founders. I'll move to founders number 2. Of course, number are only given as a second, nothing more. Ana Maria Roșca, Manager, Conta 25, Romania, Cloud Software, pre-seed 100K in euros. How's it going, Ana?
Well, fine, pretty fine. Thank you, Max. Nice to be here.
Thank you for coming. If you want to give an introduction to yourself, and after we move straight to pitch. Thank you.
I have worked mostly in corporations like Accenture, UniCredit, more than a decade, and in financial and accounting area. And 2 years ago, I decided to take this journey, and here I am, presenting you Conta 25. What we do is helping accounting companies increase their revenue, optimize their businesses by identifying faster their loss-making clients. So I want you to imagine like Mary, that she's an accounting manager, that over the time she has nurtured strong relationship with her portfolio of clients. And Lately, she finds herself drowning in a sea of spreadsheets and data, unable to gain clear insights into her clients' financial performance. On top of that, her employees are overwhelmed with a high volume of work, leaving them with little time for strategic analysis or growth initiatives. And let's not forget about the client communication between accountant and client, which is done in a very chaotic manner through various channels, leading to frustration on both sides and missed deadlines. So now Mary is in charge in seeking a solution to address these problems. And we are here to help her and her team. We are an accounting practice management software that helps streamline the profitability analysis, optimize workload allocation, and transform client communication into a seamless experience. On top of that, with Conta 25, financial documents are all centralized, providing both accountants and their clients with easy access. And in this way, the solution eliminates the inefficiencies and challenges that Mary faces daily. Our vision is to become an all-in-one platform from where entrepreneurs can conduct and orchestrate their businesses on a daily basis. So the market size is relevant, but for the moment we are targeting only Romania, where there are more than 11,000 accounting companies. And because we have no legal restrictions, because we don't have to comply with any legal restrictions, we can expand easily to other markets and also to other activity domains like human resources or even legal. What we have managed so far to do is we have enrolled 17 accounting companies to date, and there are more than 1,500 accounting companies, clients, small and medium enterprises enrolled in the platform with very little marketing effort. So this was done in less than 12 months. While we do acknowledge competition in Romania, we differentiate ourselves through the onboarding process, which is more inclusive because we onboard the accounting company with its entire portfolio of clients. Thus, making sure that everyone in the accounting companies and the client communicate through the same channels and have the data and the information in the same place. So it's easier to search for because they lose a lot of time in searching for documents. We are B2B SaaS, and we have the accounting companies on one hand, where we charge like 25 euros monthly subscription. And on the other hand, we have the accounting companies clients, so the small and medium enterprises, for which we integrate add-ons, different modules, so they can opt in for them. And that's another tool to increase our revenue. And what we need is like 100k euros for 10% equity to last us for the next 12 months. And what we intend to use the funds is to develop the product, develop the mobile app, and also implement 5 modules like financial analysis, storage, open banking, and also increase brand awareness and growth. We want growth. I mean, we want to reach 100 accounting companies, more or less 100,000 accounting clients. After COVID, there is an increased appetite in digitization, and accounting companies need to keep pace with everything today. So that's why this is a good time for us. This is the team that is developing the product. So we are welcoming you to come with us in the journey to optimize the accounting practice management.
Thank you, Noelia.
Max.
Let me start with your business model. How much you're charging? 3,000 per accounting firm?
No. We are charging like 25 euros monthly subscription for the accounting company, regardless of how many employees it has or how many clients it has in its portfolio.
Is not too little?
It's not?
Too little? Me,
Too
based
little.
on how much
Yeah, because yeah, you're right, because that is just something because we don't want to offer it for free, but our focus is actually the clients of the accounting companies. Yeah, because each accounting company brings us like 80 to 100 small and medium enterprises, and we intend to sell those clients these digital modules also on a subscription model. So the revenue is going to be much bigger from that part, and also something from the subscription for the accounting companies.
Are you not risking the SMEs will be double charged by you by the accounting?
No, because they have to opt for it in the platform, and they will have access while they are logged in the platform. So I don't see how the accounting company would charge for a service that I'm providing.
How about the
Because
employees?
because maybe
How about the
each
employees?
each client of the accounting companies has a user and password that logs that logs in the platform, and he has his visualization, his dashboard, and he sees the modules, the add-ons that we offer, and from there he can choose them, or he
But
cannot.
in terms of usability, what's the journey? If I'm an accountant and coming to you, I'm going to buy your software, and after what's going to happen? And how did I gather the data from my clients?
The accounting companies come to us, and they provide us the database with their clients. We create them the accounts, of course, under an NDA signed, data protection and GDPR. Okay. And afterwards, we inform every account created, like the employees of the accounting practice and the clients. They are informed via email to access the platform and to check their Conta 25 account in order to communicate with their accountant and to make the document transfer easier. And also because the documents are kept in a structured way, it's like an electronic archive. It's a backup, yeah, for the documents or for the archive they presumably already have in place.
In terms of funding, this round, you already have an investor inside. For what I can see, it's your tech partner. And this round is done to enhance the technology and start selling. You already have 15 clients. To reach 100,000 clients, that's a long way to go. For
No,
this
100. To
this
reach 100 accounting companies.
for now. But what's your goal?
The goal is to have like 27-30% of the Romanian market. So somewhere like 3,000 accounting companies. And afterwards, we can look in the neighboring countries like Slovenia, Bulgaria.
In terms of investor, what are you looking for? You already have your tech partner inside. Are you looking for just money, or you were looking for money, again, knowledge?
No, it's not just money, of course. I mean, know-how, devices, expertise, access to networking, everything. I mean, this would be great and appreciated.
What is your investor persona? An angel or a venture capital?
Yeah, in this particular moment, I think it's an angel investor.
Anna Maria, thank you so much. Stay there, don't go, because we are all back soon.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you. I'm moving to founder number 3. Juan Roca, founder of PYKRS. PYKRS is headquartered in Spain, Europe, clothing tech with a lot of tech inside. Seed around euro 200K. How's it going, Juan?
Fine. Thank you for having me.
Please introduce yourself and go to pitch.
Okay, so my name is Juan Roca. I'm 33 years old, and I'm the founder of PYKRS. Before that, I was running another startup, an IoT startup, for over 10 years, already existing, with presence in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. But now we're here, and I'd like to introduce you to our new project. So I'll start with a few questions, okay, if you don't mind. First, I'll ask you, who's this guy? I don't have the PowerPoint, so you already know. This is Robert Downey Jr. He's a person, an actor, husband, father, just a regular one. And I will ask you, who's this? Probably you already know. It's the same person, but he's wearing like this superhero suit. And he can fly, he can launch missiles, he's very smart, indestructible, he has lots of gadgets to play with. And the conclusion I get from this is that what we wear really matters. And that's the origin for PYKRS, okay? And why does PYKRS exist? PYKRS exists because we've identified 3 key factors. The first one is there's a huge increase in the use of MVPs or mobility vehicles for people in urban environments, okay? And this has increased the number of fatalities, particularly in Europe. Over 10% of accidents today occur while riding a bike or an electric scooter. Then the second fact is that we see an increase in social activity from baby boomers, okay? So old people today are not older like they were in the past, okay? Actually, they are a lot more social, a lot more active, and they have 11 times more money than younger people. And then we see also an increase in the outdoors activities. That's due because of the pandemic. Since 2020, more and more people are reconnecting with nature, something that we lost since the early 2000s. And we see a boom in the consumption of outdoor apparel. And these 3 facts lead us to think that there is a risk in the mobility sector, okay? We move more and more, but moving can create accidents, can get you lost, can get you cold and wet, because at home it never rains, but outside it usually does. So what we think is that these mobility risks are not properly addressed. Every time we leave home, we go more prepared, more and more layers, but not better. And that's why we created PYKRS. We've got a solution, we think. We've got technology that we seamlessly integrate into high quality apparel that protects you against darkness with flexible, ultra high visibility lights. We have a heating system. We have a fall detection system with a fall detection sensor built in. We have a software running both on the cloud and in our app, okay? All of these to always be by the side of our customers. Our key is that we have our own brand, but we also work for other brands, okay? Leveraging our own developments and sometimes developing something for our own customers. And we have a philosophy where we prioritize always our products and our technology above anything else. Our vision is to be a leading company. our mission is to create this technology that seamlessly integrate into high quality apparels. And our purpose is to empower active people. We're not crazy. There are more people, more competitors, Nike, Dainese, Google, and more that will come because we are in a fast growing environment. And why do we think it's good to bet on us? Because we're already selling. We have very good positive feedback from our customers. Where we sell, it's in crowdfunding platforms where we have raised more than 30,000 euros in just 30 days. We are running events more and more. We have our online website, which is getting more and more visits, more and more sales. We are working through retail. We're talking with different retail groups. All of these that you see in the slides have been contacted, and we're in talks with them because they like the technology. Maybe what we're missing is more and more product, because just a single product is not always selling well. Then we have our own proprietary design, our own technology. We do our own designs. We do our own hardware and tech. We do our own software. Everything is built in to have it under control. We've got a good team. And now what we're asking is 200,000 euros in capital. We will invest 115,000 into product and then 85,000 into our own brand. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Juan. Extremely precise. 5 minutes. Let me start. How do you describe? Let me step back. Tesla is not a car manufacturer, but is defined to be a tech company, and it is. How do you define yourself?
I come from the IoT side, so I consider myself more a techie guy than a textile or a design guy. But we've learned a lot. We've taken a lot of courses for apparel to understand how this world works, because it's a totally different world than tech, and blending them together makes me think that we are in a, let's say, in a new category, like where two business combines, you know. But I would say we're more tech than textile.
In terms of proprietary, the tech and the design and the clothing, everything is done in-house. You do guys cover all these aspects together?
Yes. We have a designer, which is Pedro, who does the design for our apparel, and we have like a very clear design language. Then we have Rafa, which is my partner and co-founder. He does all the electronics, the schematics, the Gerber, the prototyping, the firmware, and all the source code is ours. And then on the app side, we have Jordi Bugues. He's our developer guy, and he builds the app, the iOS and the Android app. And of course, he's also a DevOps, and he has the cloud running for us.
But what's your selling point? I mean, who are your customers? Who is your customer person? Who's buying your product now?
Okay, so we started thinking that it would be more younger people, but what we've seen is that our average customer is 50 plus, and it's an active person, someone that usually lives in the cities and uses a bike or a scooter to commute to work. And then he likes spending some time in nature, outdoors, on the weekends. So this is more or less our buying persona. They buy us for the tech because they usually walk or ride alone. That's why they like from the fall detection system. And they like the warmth of the heating system, and they like the fact they can turn on the lights. It's more of a gimmick, but sometimes it works. When I say sometimes it works, is that sometimes people like it. It always works.
But no, it's not easy to match, because on one side you need to sell your product, on the other side you're working with also other producers. So how do you balance these two?
Yes, well, this I learned from my previous experience, where we had like these two different businesses. One is our own brand, and one of the things that I learned is that when you develop your own technology, one way to boost the investment is to put it in the hands of people that might be selling more than you. So I mean, we see a lot of potentials in the mobility sector with mobility brands, because we can offer them something that's truly differentiating and that the customers will value, because most of our customers, they use this to go outdoors. When I say go outdoors, it's go outside your home.
Unfortunately, we don't have so much time, but in the scaling of your business, which side are you taking? Are you going to be focused more on the tech side, or are you going to be focused more on the apparel side? Where is your focus?
Our focus is more on the tech side. It's more on finding the best way to integrate technology into textile, whether that's with our own designs or with the designs of others. That's to be seen. Right now, it's a very early stage, and we don't really know where we will go. But we know is that we sell our products, and we have companies interested in buying our technology.
Juan, thank you so much. Stay, don't go. I'm bringing our last but absolutely not the least founder, and coming from Canada, Matthew Klein, founder of Magnaboard. Magnaboard is based in Canada and Las Vegas, US. Construction seed around USD 3.5 million. How's it going, Matthew?
Good, thank you.
Please give an intro to yourself and just go.
Sure, thank you. I don't know if my presentation's coming up there.
Take your time.
There we go. Awesome, thank you. So my name is Matthew Klein. I'm the CEO and founder of Magnaboard. Magnaboard is an answer to the construction industry's most messy jobs. So typically in construction, you take a piece of baseboard and you have to nail this onto the wall, and then you have to fill in all those holes with mud, and then you have to sand it. You have to clean up that mess, and then you spray, and then you sand, and you clean up again. So there's a lot of labor that goes into this. So we have invented a magnetic hidden fastening system for this that simply clicks in. So we have a groove that's extruded into our board, and our system is a 3-inch clip that simply is snapped into the board like this. It then attaches to a piece of steel that goes on a wall using our spacer. So we take that spacer, and it has 4 locating pins on it that attach to the 4 pins here, and then that houses a piece of steel. So it simply clicks in almost like a piece of Lego, and then the piece of steel lays in here with a VHB adhesive, and then from there, it simply goes onto the wall. So once we connect it, we pull away, the spacer falls, and our product goes on. This has a 90-pound pull force, so it's very, very difficult to get off. And what we have done is eliminated the mess of doing baseboards. Also the benefit is that typically when we're painting baseboards, we have to do it like this. We're saving, in some areas, we're producing over 200 million miles of painter's tape every year that end up in the landfill because we're trying to get a straight line on the wall. So with Magnaboard, in areas that are commercial rental properties or residential rental properties, they can simply pull the boards down, roll, and snap back on. So the paint is actually behind the board instead of you needing to use tape. Therefore, we're a total clean application because we're eliminating all the mess. The benefit with us moving to cellular PVC over MDF is MDF molds like crazy. It also grows mildew, insects like it, and it can easily catch on fire. With our PVC product, it's a lot more flexible and strong than MDF. It's lighter, and it won't mold, it won't mildew, and our install cost is actually less expensive. So we're just a simple and easy system that goes on the wall, eliminating the labor. So why manufacturers love it, because they make money on volume. They only make about 5 to 10 cents a linear foot on our product. With our product, they can add another 50 cents a linear foot for their bottom line. So they make a lot more money than just selling the standard molding, because they don't make any money on the install. So this was our older solution, and then we've now patented our new system, both in Canada, the US, and all of Europe. So it's really easy. We cut, load, stick, and beer. We try to get our guys out earlier so they can enjoy time with their family and their day It's minimum mess, minimum effort, minimum tools. So our main line of distribution is going to be direct sales, where we're selling to commercial, residential property management companies, also modular homes that are becoming a really big thing, manufactured homes. Then we'll also be selling to molding companies that I just described, where they can increase profitability without increasing staff or tooling or space. And then lastly, we'll be going to big box retail stores, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, Orgill Distribution. And we already have a company that is our lead investor that is working with us to get us in the space. It's what they do. They find new products and take it to the big box stores. So they have actually invested in our company separately and are very excited. This is their favorite product they've seen. We go inside a box instead of all the destruction that happens with MDF molding. Home Depot loses about 20% of their inventory just due to damage. Ours is going to come clean, pristine in a box in various lengths. And we also, this is where we're believe our growth is going to be in the next 3 to 4 years, up to 112 million. It is about a $20 billion annual industry just in baseboard, window, door trim. And then we also have future products, crown molding, architectural molding, exterior trim, flooring, advertising walls, because we can print on the boards, and then also radiant heating product. And then our other product is our Gator Clip, which is a decking system that allows the elimination of nails and screws. We are looking for $3.5 million for 20%. Like I said, we already have a lead investor. We are also offering a 5 times royalty, 5 times payback through a royalty on the amount invested. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. Let me start from the molding sector. It's a pretty big one, but when we talk about molding, for what is my understanding, I'm not as absolutely inside the industry almost at all, but molding is about everything, right? On the top, the bottom. So your technology, are you going there? Or for now, we stay only on the baseboard?
No, we do baseboard around windows, around doors, and also crown molding. So our product can be an answer to all of those. And eventually you won't need a paintbrush in a room at all. You'll just be able to roll a room. So when we talk with commercial builders or property managements like Boardwalk and Greystar, they get excited about the product because their painters have to go in, tape everything off. And, you know, they're cutting in with a brush, they get bleed through the tape. This way, they just pull all the moldings down, and they're repainting every 18 months, and they're changing the floor every 30 to 36 months. So they're continually dealing with baseboards. They're continually having to either pull them off the wall, they get damaged, they get ruined, and then they got to bring in painters and refinish them. So with us, they're just pulling them down, they're rolling, they're snapping everything back on, and then all the cutting in is done. So
baseboard are by far the most destroyed part in any house. Wherever I go, you watch that. Everywhere is absolutely a mess.
Yeah.
And they are very little durable. They don't last anything. I can see my house. It's already finished. Not even done. It's already over. You need to replace. So how does work yours? How long it lasts in terms of durability, and how easy it is to replace it one day?
Well, the beauty is if we're using cellular PVC, like this piece has been used and used and used, and it's still in pristine condition. And the benefit with our product is if it gets banged up, the issue is that it's white all the way through, unlike MDF. So that colorant, if you've got a green baseboard, it's green all the way through, brown all the way through. So it stays that way. And if you want to repaint this, you would just pull it off the wall, spray it, and you still get that sprayed look and put it back on the wall again. So there's so many benefits of doing this. When you get into the commercial space, which we think our biggest business is going to be, right now they either glue on rubber baseboard or they glue on carpet. But when you change the carpet, you got to rip that off the wall, which damages the wall. And then they have to fix the walls and repair the walls. With ours, you wouldn't. You just pop it off, lay down your new carpet, pop it on. So we can actually go into a house once all the painting's done, once all the cabinets are in, because this is a clean install. All you're doing is putting this on with the steel tabs using the VHB adhesive tape, and then you're just caulking the corners and the edges if you want to. So
I mean, today, if you're not, I mean, you must be a specialist, you must do this job, otherwise you can't just place a baseboard.
right.
But in a commercial way, I'm talking about on your sales side, is everyone capable to use this? Can you sell this on the mall, for example, right? On the big shop, and I am household, I'm going there, buy and fix my house. Can I do this?
Yeah, in fact, that's why I invented it, because I wasn't on the finishing side. I ran a painting business for years with a whole crew. So I don't know how to use like saws and cutting everything. So I wanted to make it very simple. So this is very easy to use. You don't have to be an expert. It's great for DIY, which is great for big box retail. All you have to do is cut it and place it. And eventually we will have inside outside corner pieces and joint pieces. So all you'll have to do is, rather than cutting a miter cut like this, it'll just be a blunt cut, and then they will slide in together. So that's going to make it even easier. If you can pull down a saw, you can install it. So anyone could do it.
In terms of sales, what's your market now?
So the market in the US is 15 billion annually, just on the residential side. That doesn't include the commercial side. So we estimate in North America that the overall market between that and decking is about 30 billion annually. So we hope to capture about 1% over the next 4 to 5 years, which is about 250 to 300 million a year.
So US is the market now.
Yeah.
In terms of investors, you're looking for?
We're pretty open. If people have building experience, they understand very quickly. People that have never done it or don't understand building, it's a bit of a challenge. We're launching this year in Las Vegas at the International Builders Show. Sorry, not this year, this February. So we'll have a large booth there. That's where we're launching it. But as far as investors, it's just people that get excited about the product. We're offering something very generous, which doesn't happen very often with startups. We're allowing people to exit. Before they exit, they're making money. They get 5 times their money back. So if somebody were to invest 200,000, they get paid out $1 million in royalty and retain shares in the company, so that they don't have to cash out their shares to get paid. So
that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Matthew, thank you so much. Stay there. We're bringing you right now all the other founders. And Juan, meanwhile, we're waiting for the other 2 founders, Anna and Sia, and let's wait for the 4th. But we don't have so much time to wait. So meanwhile, we're waiting for our last founder. Let me start with Anna. Anna, in 20 seconds, try to convince investors that why invest in your startup with your best, by far, elevator pitch.
Well, we help accounting companies improve optimize their administrative tasks, their revenue, by identifying their loss-making clients. So this is a journey that we want to digitize this domain, and it would be nice to have someone interested in this field to be part of the journey.
Thank you, Anna Maria. Noel,
Yeah.
would you like to deliver your best elevator pitch?
Yeah, Novotrato is, I think, well, first, I think EquityMatch is very European-centric. And for Novotrato, it's an opportunity to diversify into LATAM. And it's B2B SaaS, which is proven to have success pretty much everywhere with very good unit economics as a business.
Thank you, Noel. Juan.
Yes, well, on our end, we make a product which allows you to do more with less. And with the right product portfolio we think we can make something big.
Thank you, Juan. Matthew, if you want to close this pitch day,
Sure.
or pitch as you want to talk.
Well, Magnaboard's goal is to change the construction industry forever by eliminating all the mess and heavy labor and converting it into a product that can be sold retail and B2B.
Thank you, Matthew. Juan, Anna, and Noel, thank you so much for taking part of pitch event today. And thank you to everyone watching. All of funders, of course, including this pitch event, you can find on our YouTube channel. Please get in touch with them directly. Of course, if you come to us, we'll make a warm introduction. But you don't need to come to us. You can go straight to them. You can see all details on the pitch because we don't charge any success fee. So all the money will go to the funders. Thank you again to everyone, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.